you all. Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. All right, how's everybody doing out there? Hope everybody's doing fine. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mike. I tried to launch this earlier. It was giving me a rotate device lock. Really upsetting, but that's okay. I'm going to have to go in and take out that other live stream right now. All right. In tandems in the house. We're getting people starting to roll in. So good to see you folks. Let me see if I can take down that old live stream. So I had a live stream up for like 2 seconds. And wow, it had 6 views on it and 6 likes. Holy smokes. Wow. So I tried to get a live stream up earlier, a minute before this one, and it wouldn't let me rotate. It was just being really really not, not being friendly with me this morning. So it's Friday morning here. It is Remembrance Day, lest we forget. And a very important day for us here. So I'm going to delete the last live stream I had here. Wow, I got 6 likes on it already. This one, I don't... Okay, I'm back to 6 likes now and 9 people watching. Yes! Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being part of the channel, liking and subscribing. Last night I was on a live stream from another channel called the Fakeologist, Fakeotube. I'm going to give you guys some information on that real soon here. And it's Friday. It's Friday morning here. It is, and again, it is Remembrance Day. Guess you're from Cali. Guess you're from Cali? Nope, not. I'm not from California. Not from California. Not even close. Freezing. I'm freezing to death up here. Kind of wish I was in Southern California in a conservative area, but I'm freezing to death here. It's like minus 20. Freezing. And we had an early winter here, guys. We don't get snow till second, third week of December. We got snow first week of November, and it's crazy. I'll show you guys the outside right now. Let me just go over here to show you guys. Guys, last night I was on the fakeologist.com. There it is, fakeologist.com. Don't forget to check out the fakeologist.com. I was on there last night, and if you go to Fakeotube, and you go there to Fakeotube, his own server, and we have Mike Martin's here. Episode with, let me just see if this thing scrolls. There it is. With Mike Martin. So you're going to want to watch this and check it out. It's actually really good. It's actually very good. It's audio only. There's some visual here, but it is definitely something I really recommend you guys check out, fakeologist.com. Guys, don't forget to check out the last Mike in the Night if you haven't yet. There it is, 21 weeks out. We are 20 weeks out now, folks. We are counting down the weeks. Basically, we're counting down the weeks until this winter is over in the northern hemisphere. And again, we got 20 weeks in the prepper window. We call it the prepper window. So it's something we need to maintain, focus on. We got 20 weeks to go. Minus 11 and sunny in Calgary. And Craig Cook Music, a.k.a. Kiwi Cowboy Tremors Manic, in the house. Yes, I saw his free concert the other day on it was on YouTube, right? So you guys feast your eyes on this. Whew. There it is, right there. Look at that over the mountains. It's just freezing here. I'm gonna go inside before I freeze to death. And it is freezing. It is so cold. It is so cold here, folks. I don't know what to tell you guys. But it's beyond cold. People aren't coming out to shop. We are, what, 6 weeks out from Christmas. Can you believe that? We're going into 2023, and this world's still going to hell. Emmanuel saying, I'm jealous. You don't want this. No. This is like your deep freezer. You don't want this. Deep freezer 24/7. You don't want this. Trust me. It's cold. It's cold. It's really cold. So, going through the channel here, looking at stuff, and let's see what's going on I didn't check this morning. I usually check every morning to see what's happening with the midterm election. So let's see what's happening. We know this is all rigged, fixed in favor of who they want to run, and so it's still sitting at deadlock here from what I'm seeing. So there it is right there, 211 to 193. So these guys, I mean, they're going to do anything they can to get these, obviously, the Democrats in. And you can watch our live special we did on YouTube with election coverage if you want. There it is right there. So they're really trying to Mickey Mouse things because for me here in Canada, I'm hoping that if the Republicans win, I really hope they start investigating their neighbors north of the border, Canada. I really hope to God they do. The amount of censorship we have up here, the amount of shadow banning, the amount of taxation, the amount of money laundering, the amount of fentanyl that's coming in through Chinese-owned ports in Canada, Chinese-owned ports. No Canadians allowed. Look it up. You think I'm making it up? No Canadians allowed on the property. They'll be shot on sight. Yeah, they said they'll work through Thanksgiving if needed. Well, it's kind of funny how 20 years ago, before all this great technology, they'd have all the ballots counted that same night, and everybody would, you'd have the janitor in there sweeping up the floors and throwing out the garbage. 20 years ago, they'd have it all counted, ready to go. No questions asked, no debates. Now, they gotta cheat. The longer it takes for them to count the ballots, the more they could cheat. And that's what it's all about, right? Cheating. Yeah, politics are not dirty. You said if they want who they want. Yeah, my thing is when I was doing the live election coverage of the United States, and I've talked about on other election coverages we discussed, are they going to allow so and so to win? It doesn't matter if they win. Are they going to allow them to win, though? Right? That's the questions we need to start asking, right? But, yeah, I hope everybody's doing well out there, man. I'm doing my best to keep it together. It's been really slow. I'm going to start a new tip jar or a new, I don't know, I'm going to figure something out for Mike in the Nights. There's a new, like it's like a PayPal, but you don't have to give any of your information. You just basically just do a one-time donation or a monthly donation or something, because I'm getting hit pretty hard, folks. I mean, we're 6 weeks out. What is it? Yeah, 6 weeks out from Christmas, and I'm not selling anything. I'm pretty much dead as a doornail here, completely dead as a doornail for the last 2 weeks, and I've been paying a ton of taxes out to the federal, municipal, provincial governments, just tons. Like everything I'm making is going to the tax man so they could fund the public sector, and a majority. The question is, the main thing is, they're going to have to figure out something if they try to balance the books in Canada. Canada's beyond its debt threshold. It's beyond. It's severely over leveraged. So I don't know what Canada's going to do to balance the books, because it's gone so far. Trudeau has destroyed the Canadian middle class single-handedly, murdered the Canadian middle class. So I don't know where it's going to go from there. I don't know what happens to us here in the middle class. I don't know what they're going to do to us. I don't know. I think they're going to get rid of private property in a couple of years. So hopefully, I've been saying that for a while now. Maybe a bigger channel could take this. That's got 2 million subscribers. That started YouTube 8 months ago. For some reason, YouTube likes you. Maybe you can get that word out there. That they will be taking private property here. I wholeheartedly think so. So, oh God. Hope this cream is still good. Yeah, it doesn't smell rotten. It expired 2 days ago, but it's still good. Cream doesn't go bad. Cream is the least to go in cheese. I mean, they really got to sit for a long time. Yeah, but I'm going through a really tough time right now, guys. I really am. I've never gone through such a slow period ever, especially before Christmas. I've never hit. I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. But it started after that big write-up. You guys remember that write-up that was made about me a couple of weeks back during the merit elections here? Well, there was a huge write-up about me. There was a guy running for city council, and basically there was a write-up about me here, and Mr. Martins was guilty of many underhanded business dealings that prompted him to close his business in Vancouver. And looking at his YouTube channel, he's quite apparent the narcissist. So he likes to use... then he sent me a cease and desist and figured it was an illegal action. So he calls me a narcissist. And if you go on his public LinkedIn, you will see that he's calling, writing all this stuff about me, calling me a narcissist on his public post. Then the websites have been made about me, narcissist hiding in a small town. And see, same thing. His primary products are major adjudicators, networking. So he's talking about how I was removed, forcibly removed. I don't know what this guy's talking about. So work with him in attempts to abuse other competitive business around him, although he originally had no intention. So there it is right there. Like these kind of write-ups, it kind of hurts business. Thanks, Debbie. Debbie Kozak sent me a super chat of $20. Wow, that. Thank you so much, Debbie. But ever since that write-up, that write-up about me and stuff, I don't know. It's a small town, so it's a hit piece, Mike. So no, I didn't run for city council. I wasn't running for any council, any level of. I don't care. Somebody was running in town for city council, but their whole platform was just bashing me. So bashing me and other people in town. And we have screenshots of all of it here. It's the thing is backed up. The actual pages are backed up. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know, like this non-stop thing that's been going on for years. And a lot of people think to me, like they go to me and say, well, Mike, you want to know something? You're on YouTube, you're on Odyssey, you're on different platforms. People are not going to all agree with you, and people are not going to like you. You know that, right? That's not the point. The reason why I'm getting punished in town is not because I have a YouTube channel. It's because I open a business similar to someone else's. Now that other business is saying, we don't have that same bit. We're not similar businesses. I don't know what you're talking about. Now they're changing their tune. You see where I'm going with this? So I was punished for opening a similar business to someone else. Someone that was the vice president of the Community Future Small Business Recruit didn't like the idea of me opening a business similar to his. And we have all documented proof of that and video footage. But if you guys want to know more about that, go and check out the merit harassment series on the YouTube channel. And you go under playlists under the channel and you'll find the merit harassment series. But ever since this write-up about me, ever since this came out, it's like business is like basically just like stopped. Business is basically stopped. Yeah, they don't like the competition. So people are saying, oh, he's on YouTube, that's why no one likes him in town. No. It's because they opened a business in town. Right? We got Hunter Moon in the house, long time. No, Hunter Moon was on not long ago. We got Faye Knox in the house. She was on last Friday. Guys, we are 20 weeks out. Remember, guys, we got a prepper window going on here. We'll be counting it down on Mike of the Night. Don't forget to join us on Odyssey. Every Saturday on Odyssey, 7 p.m. like clockwork. Mike Martins is there for you. Every Saturday like clockwork, I'm there for you for the last, I don't know, since 2017. So, Richard in the house. Craig Cook in the house. Oh, we're all having hard times. We all, like, I had a great year this year. I had a great year. I got married. I had a lot of good stuff going down. So I finally got married. Because I was common law. So I finally got the chance to tie the knot, because there's always a disturbance with gatherings and this and the BS and the you-know-whats. And so we got that straightened out. So finally... That's like my wife's dream come true, and that's all she wanted from me, actually. That's it. She's never asked me for anything ever since. So, yeah, so I get these websites made about me, and and I think it's taking its toll. And there's that stigma, like that website that basically called me the merit molester. What happened was it created the stigma in town about me. So, and then that person went to the high school to inform the teachers there about me and to warn the children not to shop here. That I try to lure. I have the paperwork here for that, where I try to lure children into my store and stuff like that. So, it's something that's been happening for. Let me see if I can find it here. Something that's been happening for years, and it's just a steady flow of bullshit all these years, for opening a business in marriage. Not because I have a YouTube channel, because no one could care less what I have to say. You have to sue for that one. There's no point. There's no money. Not me. I mean, there's no point. We looked into this. There's zero. It gets added on to the other debt pile, right? So there's no point. It's pointless. So that's the problem we're having with that. So when someone has nothing to lose, remember what we said on the channel? Not Gerald Celente said. We said it. When someone has nothing to lose and you dominate them with with violence, they have no option but to fight back. And we stole that from Fast and Furious 5. I like when I have a guest on my channel. A guest comes on and talks like, yeah, Gerald Celente said if you have, everybody says the same thing, Gerald Celente. I'm like, no, we said it years ago on the channel multiple times, and we stole it from Fast and 5 and the Furious when they went to Brazil in that episode. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm driving in Coromandel yesterday, mate. Richard is saying I got a couple of days off. Lucky to get water was like at least a foot high. Wow. Morning, Mike. Search for the truth in the house. I was watching one of your older videos. Search for the truth has some videos. I was watching that liquor store video of yours that you put up the other day. And good morning, Shooting Stars Press. Yeah. Well, everyone's joining us this morning. It's really good. It's a Friday morning. Man, it's freezing here. It's freezing. Got a new original bunch of songs, Mike? Yeah, you know what? I'll even play some of them on Mike in the Night if you'd like. When I'm going between screens. I need to make many videos public because most are private. Yeah, search for the truth. You should be down there because I know where you are. Interviewing people, finding out who the hell voted for Newsom. Like, who the hell voted for these people? Who the hell put these people in power? It makes no sense. They've single-handedly destroyed the economy of their states, and they're pushing people out of their states. And Kohal or whatever, the lady that said that Jesus told her to do things. Remember her? We had video of her on Mike of the Night on Odyssey. How the hell did she get reelected? Who the hell voted for that? With crime rate up, I don't know how many double-digit percentage of crime rates. The subways aren't safe in New York. The unions all the unions are on strike back and forth because none of them could reach settlements. There's back and forth, mass exodus of young families. Like, New York is finished. But yet they vote her back in. Like, I was so surprised. Congrats, Mike, on your wedding. The real people know you. And that crap is typical in some small towns. Thanks for what you do. Yeah, of course. Mike Martins was in the show last night. Yeah, thanks for posting that, guys. Guys, go up to Low Roller Scratcher, if you don't mind. Click on that link, too, and watch that later. That was the show I was on last night on FakeoTube, right? So if you guys want to... So someone says Oregon is really red, but downtown population, I don't know, blue, and it's a mess. Now they're gonna play the country divided game. They're gonna play the country's now divided. Now it's divided, and these evil Republicans are taking over and destroying democracy. That's the game they're going to play. They want it to be a close call so they could say that the Democrats did what they could and they were close enough, but, they're going to play that bullshit. They're going to play the country divided. I think it's like 80% to 20%. That's the divide in the country, 80 to 20%. That's what it is. So the lunacy might continue in the United States. I got the polls open here. They're still counting. It's kind of funny how 20 years ago, when people put in mail-in, not even mail-in ballots, hand-in ballots, right? In some mail-in too, yeah, some mail-in, military and all that stuff. 20 years ago, they'd have it counted that night, and you have the janitor sweeping the floors and throwing out the trash at the voting centers because it was over. You see what I'm saying here, folks? Technologically, we're so advanced. We're gonna have electric cars everywhere, but they can't even count ballots. They can't. Voting machines are all rigged. It's all bullshit. Thanks again for everything you do for us, Mikey, and keeping us informed on the latest news in Canada. Much love and much appreciated. No problem. That's Shooting Stars. You know what it is, guys? I don't cover too much. I cover more of the financials on Canada, the mass exoduses, the inflation and stuff like that. But when it comes to certain news in Canada, there's really the outlets of real news in Canada are so limited and small. We're so heavily blanketed up here. We're so shut down up here, and it's really sad. Fix exchange collapse in cryptocurrency exchange. You're based in reality though, and we appreciate your grounded perspective. You're a good man, Mike. That's Search for the Truth. Don't forget to check out his channel. He's got some cool stuff up there. I was watching it here yesterday at my store. I was actually taking a gander at some of his videos yesterday. I'm like, man, I hope he's doing well. But here we are. It's frozen up here. It's an ice box up here. I think it's like minus 10 or 20. I don't even care. It's freezing outside. It's been freezing for 2 weeks straight here. It's been a fridge here for 2 weeks. I actually go inside the hockey rink to watch my son play hockey. I go inside the hockey rink, okay, to warm up. That's how cold it is here. So, new videos coming soon. Thank you, Mike. Yeah. The great news is they let you in finally. Yeah, they let me in to go see my kid. Let my kid play hockey now because I had to stand outside in the cold last year because I wasn't juiced. Yeah, this is my Wanderers jacket. Watch the trailer, The Wanderers Forever. Watch the trailer for it. It's on YouTube. I think the full movie's uploaded. If you've seen it, watch it. If you haven't seen it in a while, watch it again. It's a good movie. The Wanderers, great movie. Digital currency is the wrong way to go. Monitor everything you do. Yes, they will monitor everything. Canada's been laying the groundwork for digital currency now for, I don't even know. Let me just double check. Let me double check when we actually reported. Here, let's do a quick, here, I'll find it right here. Groundwork. Digital. Okay, so, yeah, it's been going for a while, guys, here. So, I went on the channel here. I went in the channel time machine. And, right, Mike in the Night, The Digital Soul, We Need Your Soul, The Dangers of Transhumanism, Darwin Takeover, Social Credit Score, 5G, Digital ID, Digital Currency, Thought Control 3 years ago. And, they're trying to go to Northern Australia. You're going to want to watch this Darwin Takeover one because it actually talks about what all these big YouTube channels are talking about today. Like this. The big YouTube channel's talking about this. We have Supreme Canon on the show. And it's a really good show. There it is. Darwin Takeover with Social Credit. And we go over this. We go over the different... like, there's a lot of stuff we go over here. So there it is right there, guys. It's called Darwin Takeover because Australia... Let me see. Digital currency race... Let's see how far back we go with digital currency. Congress to create a U.S. digital, so that was tied to a credit score 2 years ago. Bank of Canada lays groundwork for digital currency 2 years ago. China to launch digital currency. Mike in the Night Live, Digital Soul. Central bank consider digital currencies. I don't know. So it's been 2-3 years that it's become more of a mainstream thing. So if you guys want to check that out. So That's the last mic of the night, 465, 21 weeks out, guys. Don't forget to check that one out. Really good show. And then fakeologist.com. Don't forget to check that out. And we were on there. If you click here on FakeoTube, it goes to here, and it goes to my last night's live show right here, Mike Martin's 644 on the Fakeologist right there, the Fakeologist show. So if you guys want to check it out, I'm on there. And let's check out what's happening in the States now. Where did this thing go? Okay, hold on. Did it go down here? Did it go up here? Where the hell does this thing go? There it is. Okay, so again, we're back to that 49, 48. They're gonna. I think the Republicans are gonna win, but they're gonna make it a close call so they could call America divided. So there's 211 right there. This is all. Look how red that is too. So that's what's happening there, folks, on that end. So we got to keep an eye on that, because I really hope that the Republicans win this thing, because then Canada, because they're going to have to start, America needs to start looking north of the border, because I think the biggest threat to America is Canada. Not because of me, because of the fentanyl, the money laundering, the communist agendas, the economic communist takeover, the socialist media, the socialist deflation of our currency. I think America needs to look at this first, right? I was stuck in Vancouver Island for 2 years for not taking the gym. Yeah, the gym. Jones juice. I could not board a ferry or flight. Holy smokes. We should not accept ESG. Yeah. Some states might leave the union. Yeah, we've been talking about secession of the union. We were talking about secession of the union during the 2017. Yeah, the 2017. I'm doing the 2016 election? The 2017 election with Hilldog. We were already discussing secession of the union. We're talking about Texas being the Lone Star state and being the state that basically, in their constitution, they can leave the union at any time. So Mexico and Canada will squeeze America. Yeah, Mexico. The thing is, okay, so it's very simple for America. Like, oh, how do we control the southern border? What do we do with the southern border? Do what you do with the northern border. America, do what you do with the northern border. They have ground sensors, laser lines. They have like SWAT teams ready to go. If a Canadian like me tries to cross America through a cornfield, like they're doing in the South, they'll arrest me, detain me, and kick my ass back into Canada. I have friends, now I know 3 people that got deported, 3 Canadians with no criminal backgrounds, with no nothing, that got deported from America now. I know one guy in Texas that was married for 1 year or 2 years to an American. No, he was in Texas for 2 years, but he's been married 1 year to an American woman. They put him on a bus and deported him back to Canada a few weeks ago. Then I have another guy from Tampa that got deported to Montreal, Quebec. And I got another guy that emailed me that got deported from, he was living in Key West and he was working as a Sea-Doo operator in the Key West, Florida Keys. He got deported 2 days ago. They put him on a plane on handcuffs. Not allowed to be in America if you're Canadian. If you're there to actually work and he has a tax ID number, he told me, and he owns the Sea-Doo business. They picked him up at work, put him on a plane, and deported him. You see? So all these people share the same thing. They're Caucasian, European extension Canadians. Like me, I'm a Portuguese Canadian. I'm a European extension here in Canada. So there's something going on. So if America wants to save itself with its southern border, do what they do in the north. Make it impossible for people to get across. Be rude to everybody at the border that are going through legitimately. And have the ground sensors. Canada's complete. They don't need no wall against Canada and the U.S. They have it all lasered and censored and cameras right across the American-Canadian border. And they have teams ready to go out and arrest you and put you in prison. But on the south, they don't care. So, America will be squeezed by Canada to the north going communist, and its people are not allowed to leave. You see how this is working out? How in the north people aren't allowed to leave? You see that? And in the south, do you see what's going on here, folks? People are allowed to come in great numbers. So very little cold medication in Ontario. Ontarians are heading to south of the border for cold medication and flu. Mike is right. I used to go hiking a lot along the line in the North Washington. It's like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sensors all over. Yeah. I'm not making this up. You could be in some random cornfield in somewhere in Manitoba in the middle of nowhere and cross through a farm, and you're like, wow, there's nothing for miles. I think I'm already. You'll know when you're in America when a SWAT team puts you down face first and puts their knee on your back and arrests you. Right? That's how it works. For some reason, I don't know why, but again, it's because of the Democrats in power. The Democrats don't want skilled Canadians down there. Or people that want to come and just start a life, or people that want to, they do bring in doctors on HB1 visas and nurses and that, but Canadian government is like trying to put a stop to that. Unless Roxon Road is in Quebec, yeah, that's different. That's for Americans going into Canada that are full of debt, have no money, can't get citizenship in the States, or have like again filed for multiple bankruptcies. So they surrender everything and come into Canada, and the RCMP will be there to usher your bags, to take your luggage and bring it in for you, and have you instated or put you into some program, give you some money in an apartment, and with tons of homeless Canadians out there. So that's what they have. That's what they're doing. So somebody said something here. Yeah, my sister couldn't get diesel the other day. They had ran out. They just passed 114 in Oregon. I think there will be some waves of chaos from the. What's 114, guys? I don't know what that is. I guess it was on the bill. Because in Alberta, they passed the bill to put fluoride in the water, and everybody voted for it in Alberta. Yeah. It's all fixed. And when you see the people that won Alberta, the mayoralship in Edmonton and Calgary, you'll scratch your head and say, how was that? What? Yeah, but the news was ready to get them on the night of the election because it was already ready. They already knew who was going to win before even the ballots were casted. Yeah. Shout out from Edmonton from I. Check out I's channel too. I has a channel. All right, let me see if I could find. Oh yeah, it's just so because this sounds like I'm making this up. So Albertans vote yes for fluoride in water. Okay, here it is. I'm not making this up. This sounds like the biggest. There it is. Just the last election we had in Alberta. Sorry. There we go. Here. And it's the fake news that's reporting it too. Calgarians vote to bring fluoride back into drinking water. So there it is. So people voted for this? I don't think so. Unless, there it is. Voters are polled and issued the 7th time the city's history during Monday night's election. And it's unofficial, and they basically approved it. It went through, and it's the fluoride plebiscite vote and non-binding, which means it ultimately be up to the new mayor and city council to make the decision there when they're in office. So people want fluoride in their waters. And the new mayoral and the mayors, if you see what they look like, they'll put the fluoride in the water. Oh yeah. Are they going to drink the water? Of course not. But they'll put it in for the people. Yeah. So, that's the problem we're facing here. Trying to see. It's freezing outside, guys. It's an ice box out there. We are 20 weeks out, folks. 20 weeks out. 20 weeks out for the prepper window, guys. We've been talking about this prepper window here for a long time now. We started at, I don't know, was it 34 weeks? We are 20 weeks out till spring in the northern hemisphere. Second week, I think. I think we're going for second week of spring. Oh, I love coffee. It's 20 weeks out, guys. And we're in spring again. And I'm going to be 45. I'm turning into an old fart. All right, let's go back to the Fox News, see if there's any changes here. Let's refresh this and see if there's any changes. I'm just trying to see if there's any. Yeah. Yeah, America could do it. America could protect their southern border by just copycatting what they did across Canada. And Canada's twice the size of the border of 2 times the size of the border. $45 is the prime. I don't know, man. I hope God gives me, I don't know, another 15 good years. Then, 45, 50, 60. Hold on. 45, 50, 60. Yeah, I hope it gives me 20 good years till 65, And I'll be happy with that. Very happy. Very happy, man, to live to 65. Because then I'll be old enough to see my kids graduate from school, do all kinds of stuff, and, I got to send them to college down in the States or something so that they can get, they're allowed to apply for something. Something's going to have to happen. If nothing happens in Canada, which I think nothing will happen in Canada, I have to figure something out. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. It's so day by day now, If I had the choice, I would, it's really tough. I already did all my paperwork. I lost a lot of money and getting my paperwork done to live in the States. I did it once. I got a company to sponsor me. It did not work out. You can look up on the channel. I applied for American citizenship and I failed miserably. I think it's called on the channel. You could find the video where I go into detail and everything. But yeah, I would like to move to Southwest, maybe Alabama, like right at the bottom, Southwest, not Mobile, like Southeast. Yeah, Southeast Alabama. That's what I'd like to, if I had a choice, I would live down there. Like Bible country. I'm a Catholic. Just go here through Mexico. Big Rob New Zealand is still waiting for a large order of silver. 7 weeks now. You better be on that. You better be on that, dude. Because people are getting ripped off from everything now. Bullion dealers, crypto, car, what do you call it? You go to, like I'm scared. I got a tire pressure problem with one of my tires, right? I'm scared to go to the dealer for them to look at it because they're going to I'm going to walk out with a $2,600 bill of some bullshit. I don't want any, see what I'm saying? This is, the private sector is getting desperate. Like for me, look, I've been slow for the last 2 weeks. I think I sold 2 things in 2 weeks. It's been dead. But I don't resort to stealing because then the private sector, just like the public sector steals and the public sector lies, people in the private sector now are going to have to resort to heavy-duty stealing. And I remember making a video like 7-8 years ago saying that the economy is gumshoed by thieves. You go get this, you go try to buy a hose for a washer or a dryer, you try to get something, it's always thievery. They're always thieving you in every way possible. And that's the problem that we have. And I think our economies are gumshoed and built by ripping each other off, but then it's going to get worse. You see, we're getting ripped off by the government with this carbon tax, right? Mike is right. The retail and the private business, some are resorting to this 100%. They have to steal to stay afloat. And I just don't want to, I don't want to be in that, I'm not putting myself in that kind of position. I would rather, die before I start to rip people off. You know what I'm saying? So, but I got candles going here, guys. Look. To help keep the front of the warm. This is actually a candle. Like, the heat is beautiful. It's by the windows here, and I got another one here beside my favorite lamp. Here, I'll show you guys. So I got one here by my favorite lamp that's keeping this side of the store, and it works. It actually heats up this side of the store. So I turn them on when I come in the mornings, and I monitor them. They're pretty good. I don't get a lot of people coming in lately. I don't know why, but it's dead. I got this little guy here. He's pumping out a lot of heat, and that pretty much heats up the whole. That thing alone heats up the store. I got these guys, and they're on 24/7, so they're nice and warm. So I'm trying hard to heat the building. There's no gas, which is good, because gas is expensive. So I'm very happy that this is just, I just pay one electric bill and I'm done, right? My rent and my internet, and I'm done, right? But the house, I'm really concerned about reading the gas bill for the house. Remember the gas bills I read for you guys? $700, $800 gas bill for the month, $1,000 for the month, and $300 of it is carbon tax. Remember that, guys? Videos are up. Go watch them. And this is the problem I'm worried about. They're going to tax us and fine us out of existence, and that's what I'm afraid of. You know, that's what I'm. You know what, guys? I want to send a plea out there for you guys. If you guys know of, like, I wouldn't mind a decent travel job, like maybe in high end, like I'll give you an example. I was offered a job years ago working from a company out of Colombia to sell windows to skyscrapers. Like skyscrapers that are being built, I would go around and pitch the idea why they should get our windows and look to different cities and stuff. Like, I have the power of language. I speak Spanish, Portuguese, and English, something like that. Something I could travel around a bit. You know, set up a projection, set up losses, pitfalls, what to expect, what to look at. You know, I could do that for a big corporate company to go around selling steel beams to make your buildings, you know, or something like that. I could go around, you know, stuff like that, like big, and have like, not a performance, but have like something to show them, and create a slideshow, and, you know, but that's the, you know, problem I'm facing now. If I'm going to do anything for work, I want to do something that involves a bit of travel to get out there just a bit, you know. And I have my heater set only to 67. Yes, eventually it will be bullets and beans. Yeah. It's going to get bad with the natural gas prices even here in America. Yeah, if you I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, so you guys know I'm not making. Guys, watch The Wanderers, eh? It's on YouTube and on Odyssey. It's on everywhere. Watch The Wanderers. Hunter Moon is saying, I'm going to Costa Rica, y'all. All right. Where was I? I'll show you guys my gas bill. Gas bill. Watch this. Look at this. Now they flip the script as winter creeps in. Germans urged to cut gas consumption by 20%. Look at that. So they're flipping the script now, just like I said they were going to do. It's going to be a cold winter 2023. U.S. natural gas prices spike 14-year high. It's going to get cold. So I've been warning because I know this is going to happen. Listen, there's my gas bill right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the cost of gas right there. That's what I pay for my gas for the month, $71.41. But look at what I pay. Oh, no, hold on, no. But then look what I pay for other stuff. Carbon tax, delivery, and it's not delivered to my house either. Basic charge. There's about, look, and there's another charge here for, look over here. There's another charge there for $99. It comes out to a couple of $100 every time, $400 or $500. Some months I had $700. There it is right there. There's another one right there. Look what I'm paying in fees. Look, carbon tax, clean energy levy, municipal operating fees. Like, that's the municipal. That's the city. The city's taking this from me, right? $50, right? So this is what's happening here in Canada. Like, we're getting taxed. So I read multiple gas bills for you guys. We're just getting hosed. We're getting completely destroyed. My solar, people are asking with snow on the roof, it's still getting sun. I got maybe 80% of my panels no, 70% of my panels are covered in snow, and the ones that are exposed are getting the power in charging my big backup battery and working off solar through the day. So I'm thinking of finishing that one line that I have, that one inverter that I have at the house. I'm thinking of finishing it in the spring, summer, get my second battery, get everything done right so I could run on the full amperage. And then I'm thinking of putting in my second inverter that I have and put another, combiner box and do everything by the book like I did with the first one, because I got a really good electrician to do that for me. Really good guy. And basically from there, run the second one and then run, you know what I'm saying, and then run the rest of the house off off the sub panel, and then try and get the entire house more electric efficient, so that I could run more electric heaters and then tone the gas down. I do have wood to burn. I do have like 2.5 cords of wood. I do have wood. I was burning wood all last week to help offset the temperature because it was just too cold outside. It was like minus 20. So that's what we're facing here in the north. So we're 20 weeks out. And I hope something gives soon. I really hope to God something gives. I really hope to God something gives up. Something gives, or something breaks somewhere, Because I'm telling you guys, if this goes on for the amount we're paying out just to survive a basic life, I think I'm projecting I probably will end up homeless in 8 to 10 years. If this persists, I'll end up homeless, right? And I'm trying to convince my family, hey, let's move to the southern United States, stateside, a little bit more. It's not as, the property tax is like 90% cheaper. The cost of, you know what I'm saying, we could make sure we buy a place that already has fireplaces in there, everything ready to go. It's in the south, it doesn't get as cold. It's Bible country, we're Catholic. Like, I'm trying to sell this to my family, but they're not buying it. Like, oh, I love Canada, Canada's been good to me. I'm like, I get it, but in about 7-8 years, we'll have nothing. We'll be homeless. The way we're headed with the taxes and all the, there has to be something. Something needs to give somewhere, somehow. The public, I'm in the private sector, so I barely paid myself in the last 2 years. And then with the floods we had and the COVID and everything, I barely paid myself anything. And then now, the public sector workers, there's some people in my town in the public sector that make $1.4 million a year. 200 grand, 250 grand in the public sector. Right? So, I'm opening my door, guys. It's freezing out there. So, yeah, my family won't have it. I'm trying to tell my family, look, let's go to Southeast Alabama. Let's go to maybe a central part of Florida. Let's go, buy a little bit of land, maybe 3-4 acres, a little bit of homesteading, Let's do this. We could do this. It's not like, I'm not looking at buying a $700,000 property down there. I'm like, something reasonable, 220, 275 gets you something nice, right? And now with prices correcting in the United States in the next couple of months, it might be a good time to leave in the spring. But they're not having it. My family won't have it. They won't have it. They're happy here, and they're not seeing the long run that unless I start making $120,000 a year, we're going to be homeless in 5, 7, 8 years from now. Unless I find a way to make 120 grand a year. And I don't know what to do. I've made it on my own, with my own business, with my own income, with my own thing. I paid cash for my house. I paid cash for my car. I worked myself. I did the right moves in life. I did what I had to do. Now it's getting to the point where I can't afford to ship anything anymore because shipping is more than the item, because the federal government took over the shipping and basically federalized it, and we can't afford to ship anything anymore. Sounds like New Zealand to me, Mike, says Craig Cook. So I hope something happens. I think Something's gonna have to give for the private sector people, because we're nowhere near what the public sector is making here. Like, I'm talking about, they make $170,000 a year, 200,000 a year, right? Some teachers are making 120,000 a year, and I'm barely paying myself anything. You know what I'm saying? Just to get by. Like, it's getting to that point now. We're getting now to that point where I'm gonna have to, figure something out in the spring. Yeah, I own everything. I have no debt too. I have no debt. I have no debt. I have no money I owe to anybody. Everything I own is mine. You know, but the problem I have is that it's getting to the point where I have to find my way. I find a way to pay myself more money, because everything is getting out of control here, and we're not keeping up with the public sector, nowhere near, right? So, I own my home, 380K. I own it, but I have to pay $4,000 every year to my country for property tax. It's nuts. Things are definitely getting tight. We have to let dreams and major goals go for now and get through this. Yeah, we're 20 weeks out, people. 30K people where I live, and there's almost nothing here. They say there's 7,000 people here. I don't believe it. There's like 3,000 in this town I live in. We have two. Some people argue 3 stoplights. So, okay, we got 3 stoplights in town. Fine. We got 3 stoplights in town. I pay $4,400 for property tax and $1,200 for garbage pickup. So, per year. So, and then the water's separate. So, that is beyond what I could. I can't fathom this anymore. My government says cancel your Disney subscription. I don't have a Disney subscription, guys. I got rid of that. I got my Plex. I don't need anything. I got Plex. Taxes are BS. Same here. I get nothing for it. Exactly. So I get these write-ups on social media of somebody running for city council, bashing me and my family, and calling me a criminal and stuff. And now my business slows down because of it. You know? It's stupid. It's stupidity. It's absolute stupidity. Yeah, Plex is. I have my own Plex. I have my own Plex, and then I could go through the back end through my server. I have my own server at home. I have my own server. I don't rent server space. I have my own server rack thingy that I have all my movies on, family photos. I showed you guys it. I showed you guys my own Netflix basically, and that's it. I'm done. I don't have nothing to pay all these people every month. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, we're rolling into an hour here. I got this door open, so I'm gonna maybe mop these floors. They're kind of salty and dirty. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night on Mike in the Night. Don't forget to join us. Mike in the Night tomorrow night. I would never want that. I just saying to keep your whole paycheck. Oh, we get taxed like 35-40% right off the top of our checks here. If we work in the if we, work for a company, we don't make anything here. All right, guys, have a good morning. Morning coffee with Mike. Mike Martin's here. Thank you for the super chat, the 2285. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Mike Martin's here. We're 20 weeks out. We'll get through this. I have spoken.